I don't know why. I don't know why I was just going to say happy birthday, but it's not my birthday. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Oh my gosh, I have a big lag today. Okay. It's actually, hi, Sarah Peasley Hand Knitter, coming to you live from the Hand Knitter Sunrise studio, and the sun is actually rising. I mean, it's rising. We haven't had, well, oh, shit. Hi, can you hear me now? Holy crap. Um, let's try that again. Sarah Peasley, Hand Knitter Live, Sunrise Studio. The sun's actually going up. So this weird shadow, my 9 o'clock shadow will leave soon. Happy birthday, Lisa. So you heard that part. Yeah, I don't know why I wanted to start with happy birthday. Obviously, it's because it's Lisa's birthday. Uh, if I need time to fill, maybe I will, or maybe if I have time to fill, maybe I'll have to sing. I don't know. You don't really want to hear it. I got up early enough. So the sun's coming up. Let me just try 7 sentences at once, plus wipe my eyes. The sun's coming up. The sun always comes up so far, thank goodness. But the last, I don't know, 900 days here in this area, it's been cloudy or foggy in the morning. So today it is the sun is coming up. So I'm relishing in the shadows. Actually, that's probably my laptop. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. So, hi. Um, Happy Monday to Tammy. Happy birthday to Lisa. Um, Good morning, Nancy. Uh, and Geraldo might make a guest appearance. He has just taken over the house. I have a new cat, new to me. He's about a year and a half old. Oh, he must be arriving because Clara is announcing his arrival. It's okay, but I'm happy that she barked and pounced because she really hasn't been feeling well. But so she had a back injury, and so she's on, in addition to her normal meds, which are anti-itchy and please don't pee everywhere, which she doesn't anyway, and a multivitamin. So in addition to those, now she has Pepsid, Previcox, or I don't know, I made that up, and gabapentin. Because there's a new animal as of yesterday evening, I gave her an extra gabapentin last night, and I thought she was dead this morning. I mean, she was breathing, but she is very slow. So maybe not doubling up on the gabapentin again. Maybe that was a bad idea. Um, and then she's kind of stopped eating because her dry food had all these gross pills in it. Because normally she'll eat anything. Um, so this morning she's, dead and moving very slowly. Um, so I rolled her meds in cheese, little slices of provolone that I happen to have that's really old but looks fine. But I'm not gonna. Well, I do eat it. I take bites out of what I'm giving her. She didn't fall for it today. She's been falling for that. She didn't fall for it today. Um, so I deployed the peanut butter onto the plate and shoved two pills, the most important ones, in there. And she started licking the plate and was obviously not going to eat the pills. So I scooped them with my finger and held it out, and she gobbled down the pills. Thank goodness. So she had her injury pills, and then so fresh gabapentin. And then I'm trying to get her to eat. So yesterday I bought some ground turkey because I had to go to the store and get cat food because I have a cat now. Um, so I sautéed some ground turkey last night. I forgot that I was supposed to be boiling the turkey, but I'm not doing it for her pancreas anymore, so it's okay that I sautéed it. Sautéed it, I fried it. I threw it in the pan and heated it up. And she ate that this morning. So phew. So at least she's not eating now. Phew. So that's about Clara. So now she's lying about 6 feet away from me. She's almost always facing away from me because she's my guard dog, self-appointed guard dog. I'm sure that she's guarding me from Geraldo, but he's doing great. 5 minutes after, so my neighbor next door, right there, is a foster for Saved by Zaid, and she puts up these pictures of kitty cats, and I couldn't resist Geraldo. And the cat that was living here moved to Chicago on Monday, a week ago. And so I was like, I don't have a cat for the first time in a long time. Almost 40 years, I calculated. So I'm like, that's okay. We'll live without a cat. Clara will be happy. I won't have to clean the litter box. It'll be fine. And then my neighbor puts up that picture. I'm like, okay, I want that cat. So Clara and I visited Geraldo on Saturday at PetSmart because he was up for adoption and there. I mean, Saved by Zaid takes the cats around. And so we went to PetSmart and they had they looked at each other and they had both of them had zero reaction, which is a lot better than any pair of, I've never had two pets that got along of any species. I mean, we had two dwarf hamsters and one ate the other one's head. So, I mean, nothing survives here in pairs. Not that they all got their heads eaten. So Geraldo, she brought him last night, my neighbor, not Clara, and we put him in the bathroom that has a litter, all set up for a new cat. And hi, Kelly. And before she even left, he'd hopped out of the over the child gate, the cat gate, dog gate. Clara was like, "Oh God, there's a cat in here," but didn't bark or anything. And Geraldo's just free roaming right now. I'm gonna close him into the bathroom when I go to work because I'm going to work today I have a 6-hour shift, so I'll be gone at least 7 hours. So I'm gonna close him in the bathroom today till I get home, not the whole day. But then I'm home for 6 days, right? So I get to just have him play. So the answer is he's made himself right at home. He slept on my pillow next to my head last night. I was going to take a picture of my hair this morning and say, hair by Geraldo, which I probably still will because that's hilarious. But he purrs, he's soft, he likes to have his, he'll just put his chin in my hand. So we're doing that. He's adorable. He just moved right in. I don't know where he is right now. So I'm like, I don't yet know his yarn personality. Is he going to eat my yarn or hide it or ignore it completely or eat the projects or tear them apart? I don't know. So that's a minor reason why he's going to be in the bathroom all day today. So, and yes, I guess he sleeps at night. He came and so he's a rescue. He was found and he wasn't chipped. And the place that found him, which was my neighbor, tried to find you give the cats that aren't chipped to the county and the county puts out on all the, hi Dawn, he's 1.5 years old. So not a tiny kitten. The county does due diligence in trying to post everywhere and all the websites and things and find the owner, and the owner wasn't found. So he's obviously been in a house. He ran up and got on the bed and laid down. I mean, he knows how things work. So I don't know. I feel a little guilty, but they did all the things. And so I have a new cat. Hi, Danielle. So I think I answered the question. So Geraldo's great. They were all saying Geraldo when I went to meet him. And I'm like, you might say Geraldo, but it's obviously Geraldo because he has the mustache. I'm hoping he'll wander over because he just doesn't seem to care about the dog. When the dog's actively barking, he backs up. Danielle, yeah, he's awesome. Dawn, that's a cute little heart face. No, I need my tea. So I did get up. Well, I started to get up and then I'm like, I'm going to look at my phone. Clara was, playing dead. Normally she'd be there waking me up. Geraldo played the part of Clara this morning and came over and was like, hi. Not like poke, 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 but just hi. You want to pet me now? So I got out of bed. And then I made sure Clara wasn't dead and made sure she ate. And now here we are. So I haven't had my tea yet. So let me just get my cup of tea from my Sarah Peasley hand knitter coaster. I think the problem with the Sarah Peasley hand knitter logo mug has been corrected, not on the mug that was askew, but I need to order another one and make sure that it's no longer askew. So, but in the meantime, I have the Sarah Peasley hand knitter Intarsia swatch mug. Woo, I'm going to spill it. Which is one of my class samples. I don't think I've shown you this one before. most of the mugs are jumbo size because that's how I drink my tea in jumbo quantities. So, um, I don't know. I don't know if he knows his name. Geraldo. I don't know if he knows his name. Kitty, 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 kitty. Plus, I just fed him, so he might be eating his breakfast. Whoop. Oh, whoop, whoop. I have nothing to show you today except my mug and the tarot cards. They're not tarot cards, Sarah. So I'll just keep talking about things. I almost had something to show you, but I took it down to the basement last night. Took one of them. So my sister gave, yeah. Have you seen? There's a bumper sticker. It doesn't have to be a bumper sticker that says, I saw it on the back of a car at my local Big B, actually. And I went to the drive-through and I said, whose car is that? And the barista is like, what are you talking about? I said, it has a bumper sticker on the back that says, tell your cat I said, pss, pss, pss. And she goes, oh, that's my manager. It is him. Did I say her? I haven't had a male animal in the house since Sydney, my first cat, which would have been a long time ago. Sorry, I always say things wrong. Not always, obviously. Well, often. Stuff just comes out. So, yeah, tell your cat I said, pss, pss, pss. I'll have to get one of those stickers. If my laptop wasn't already covered with stickers, I would get one for my laptop. Although, I could do a second layer. Oh, I don't know what you're saying, Danielle. You're speaking gibberish. I'll talk to you later. Danielle works at Seams on Mondays, and I work at Woven Art on Mondays. I almost said Stitches. Seams and Stitches. So this morning, so my sister, let's go back to that story. My sister got me a shirt, like a pullover sweater, cotton-based, and it's got a hood and it's got two front pockets. It's not exactly a wallaby, but it's got two front pockets in the perfect place. It's like a light teal kind of color. Here come the sniffles again. And it's warm and cozy. And I had it on, oh, this is a nice story. I had it on the other day, a couple days ago. All right, so back up a little bit because that's how my stories go. After Christmas, like a week ago, which is after Christmas, and there was a thing on Facebook, maybe in my neighborhood group, from my neighbor saying, not that neighbor, a different neighbor, excuse me, saying, does anybody want this Christmas tree? We're going to downsize and for next year. And I'm like, I sure. Like, I've only ever had a live Christmas tree. I have a, I don't know, cathedral ceiling in the front of my house. So I've always had an 8-foot Christmas tree there, live Christmas tree. It takes at least 2 people to get it in place. And then I don't go on ladders, so I can't decorate it. Bye, Diane. Hi, Diane. You can watch later. There's nothing happening here. Except you'll miss the Knitter's Oracle reading, but you can see that later. So I'm like, and my neighbor Kathy, not to be confused with my sister Kathy, last year, well, 2 years ago now that it's 2023, offered me the traveling Christmas tree, which is a little lighted Christmas tree. And so I put it in the front window 2 years ago, 2 Christmases ago. This Christmas, she offered it again. I'm like, no, I can decorate on my own, which I didn't. I mean, you know what I mean. And, well, I didn't decorate on my own. But I thought that I would at least put something in the window. No. I mean, I have a lighted tree all the time, just not a Christmas tree. It's a birch. It's not real. And so when my son was here last weekend, we went to pick up the tree down the road, and it's in 3 parts. It's not artificial tree. And so we put it in the car, and then we got home, and he's like, do you want to bring the tree? And I'm like, no, let's just let it ride around for a while. So it's been right around. I've been riding around the Christmas tree in my car in 3 parts. And I needed to take Clara to meet, ooh, here comes the sun. Holy cow. I wanted to take Clara to meet Geraldo at the PetSmart to see if they were going to hate each other, because then I wasn't going to bring Geraldo home. Geraldo, who's invisible at the moment. Ah! Ah! And I couldn't fit her in the car because it was full of Christmas tree everywhere. So I pulled the Christmas tree parts out of the car, brought them in the house. There's a point to this story. It's not a good one. Brought them in the house. The very first part I brought in was the biggest one, and I just put it down in my living room. I'm like, I can't bring a tree into the house and then have a cat come into the house, but I can put the tree in the laundry room, right, to get it out of the way. The box, it's a 20-year-old artificial tree, so there's no box anymore. And so I put the first one down in the middle of my living room, and I stood up, and there was a piece of the sweater that my sister gave me, remember, from way back, that was stuck to the tree. And so bzzz, a big snag came out, and I'm like, fuck. So I only had it like a week, 2 weeks, the sweater, the tree I've had for like a few days. So I took off the sweater. Well, I finished getting I took off the sweater, and it was sitting in my living room there. And then I finished bringing the tree in, and then side story, because I never go off on tangents. I took the 3 parts of the tree down to the laundry room, and I put up what I thought was the bottom of the tree, and then I took the second piece down, and it obviously was the base, and then I took the third piece down and put that on top of the second piece, so I have a short tree and the base, right? And then I closed the door so that, if I were to get a cat, for example, it wouldn't go in and terrorize the tree, because I don't know anything about the cat. So last night I went down to throw something in the laundry room, didn't turn the light on, scared the shit out of myself with this tree in the middle of my laundry room. So that's a little side story. Yeah, so snagged the sweater. That's the point of that story, which continues to this morning. I put on a dress. Same sister gave that dress to me as well. That sister keeps me clothed, and the other sister keeps me fed. Not exclusively, but it's very lovely. And I put on the dress, and I thought, I don't remember that straight line across there. That's really bizarre. And it was like that long and perfectly centered. And I looked on the inside, and there's a snag on the inside of that dress. I'm like, what the hell? What the actual hell? So I took that dress off, put this dress on, had to change my tights, had to change my jewelry. Oh my gosh. Trying to be, a grown-up who knows how to dress themselves. So somewhere in this house I have not one but 2 snag fixers, but I still need to also spread, so I need to spread the snag out into I think so, Tammy. I think it's easy. I have the tool, but the snag thingy's already on all the tool does is pull the snag to the inside. These snags are long enough that there's a tight row of stitches on machine knit garments. So I'll just watch a movie and go pull, 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 and see if I can make them not obvious. So I was going to show you that, because that's all I have for you. I started teaching but I took it down that's what I did. I took it down to the laundry room last night and scared the shit out of myself with the Christmas tree. But you live alone and you open the door and walk into a tree in your laundry room. I might have just said living room. That you put there. Okay, so there's a cat here in the house. There's a dog who ate her. Now I'm confused there. Oh, it's like you're living my life. Yeah, well, good to know that I'm not alone. So that's the only thing really I had to show you. I'm still working on the Afghan. I started teaching my first Stash Buster class on yesterday, Sunday, and I think it went well. It was well received by 2/3 of the 3 people. The third one I'm going to have to challenge a little bit more, looking at you. But it went so fast. It didn't take as long as I thought. So I have to come up with more content because there's one more session. Let's do our Knitter's Oracle, shall we? I really have nothing for you today except a new mug, an oracle reading, and stories about snags and Christmas trees, and a new cat that's not going to make an appearance, apparently. I mean, he hasn't even tried. Psst, 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 psst. I don't know where he is. How many did I shuffle? Okay. Does anybody know if I shuffled 2 times or 3 times? I know I did at least twice. Gotta shuffle 3 times. I think I only did twice. Did anybody count? I'll wait and see. Holy crap, I can't screw up. I'll just sit here. Did I shuffle twice or 3 times? I can't replay without stopping the live stream. I can't mess up. It has to be exactly right. Anybody notice? La 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 la. So, while I'm waiting, hopefully someone will answer me. Did I mention that the cat who's lived here, well, I've had cats here since I've only lived in the house since 88, but there's always been cats here. You only saw one? I think I did 2. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Okay, somebody want to break the tie? I need somebody else to say either 1 or 2, and that'll be the answer. The cat moved to Chicago on Monday. I have a lot. Well, I didn't have any making content. I had the snag content. Hi, Kelly. Oh, well, good. I'm glad. That's the whole goal. Thank you, Kelly, too. What the hell was I just telling you about? Oh, the cat. Okay. Well, see how I got that back? When I was drinking, that would have been long gone. So brains can be cured. Well, not cured, but can improve, can heal. That's the word. Brains can heal. Very proud of the fact that I can get the things out of my brain. Still forget what I'm talking about, but I can remember. The cat moved to Chicago on Monday with all its stuff. All its stuff. So then I got a cat on Sunday. So I had to go out and get all the stuff. I did still have 1 litter box, and I had 1 litter scoop. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Here's 1 more. It's a dud. Okay. But we're done. That's 3. Cut the cards. Let's see if we can get new cards today. We had 1 new one last week. I forget what it was. Tea break. Well, I was going to get kitty toys. When you go to adopt a cat from a cat store, they give you kitty toys. And then when my neighbor brought the cat over, she brought me more kitty toys. So I think I'm good, actually. Weirdly, the previous cat didn't play with toys. Well, let me rephrase that. Once I had the dog in the house, the cat didn't play with toys. The dog doesn't play with toys. Well, she eviscerates. Well, okay, so I'm no fun. I don't want to buy a toy and have her destroy it. She has toys. They're like rubber balls. Okay, ready? I didn't just freeze. I just paused because I lost track. The project bag. The project bag, here's my fake interpretation all by itself. The project bag, this one is, it's got a sturdy bottom so it'll stand up. It's got handles so you can easily carry it. It has a drawstring so you can close it. And so if your cat has the stealing yarn personality or eating unfinished objects personality, then you can safely tuck away your project. And then we have a ball of yarn that's been wound into it looks like a knot center pole, but I could be wrong because I wind pretty sloppily. Not that that's sloppy, I'm just saying. And we don't know what's in the project bag. So we don't know what's being worked on. Oh, so I started to say, speaking of not knowing what we're working on, I have samples from my Stash Buster class, but I can't show you because you didn't sign up for the Stash Buster class. So you don't get to know what the samples are. See how that works? It's a mystery. It's not really a mystery knit along, but like you don't know what you're going to make because we have to see what everybody's stash has in it. The lamb, well, that's new and sweet and innocent, like maybe a cat. It looks peaceful. It also looks a little tiny bit disgruntled. It's sitting on some grass. or some very deep astroturf. Um, I just wondered if it was bedazzled, but it's not. Oh, it looks like it is on the screen. It's just little circles because like snowcap candy or nonpareils that no, with the little dots of probably sugar. I don't know. Um, so new and shiny, content, maybe bored. Actually, he looks bored. She looks bored. They look bored. The Twitter knitters. I'm getting a little tired of the Twitter knitters, but that's okay. It's a lesson to me. Twitter knitters. If you haven't seen Twitter knitters before, it's we're not really going with Twitter since Twitter has blown up since this deck of cards was designed by Alexandra Tinsley of Wild Hunt Design. Forgot to say that. Michigan maker. So we're going to call it the social media knitters. But one person says what's shaken, and she's wearing a hand knit hat in her avatar. Well, sorry, a hat with a pom pom in her avatar, in their avatar. Trying so hard to be politically correct. Not politically. This one's called Wool Lover, Luvver, with a heart in the middle, and it's a ball of yarn. Sorry, knit for brains. Knit for brains. There's a little sheep, and it says, "Where the heck are my addies?" Stitch Bitch says, "You wanna?" Oh, sorry, I don't see. I'm not a Twitter user, so this person, Knitting Sucks SUX, who obviously, if that's their account name, I don't know, says yarn is for losers and sheep stink, and there's a face with the emoji with the little tongue sticking out, like, and then Stitch. God, I don't have the right glasses on. Trying to do it without holding it in the right place. Stitch Bitch says, "You want to take this outside, buddy?" And then You and Me, EWE and Me, says, I told myself I told myself I could have, oh my gosh, one skein. Oops, and there's 5 in the picture. So it's just social media for knitters, as there is, with a little trash talk. And some oopsing going on, like losing your needles, never done that, and buying yarn you didn't mean to, never done that. Okay, so the Sarah Peasley hand knitter interpretation, unguided, untrained. Project bag is contains something, we don't know what, but it's yarn related. Sorry if I always say knitting. Sometimes I don't mean just knitting. The lamb is the source of the yarn. He just doesn't look happy. He, she. You can go with content. And then the Twitter knitters are just up to their usual hijinks. So my interpretation, are you ready? You ready? I'm going to take some tea. I'm going to make it a dramatic pause. Oh, it's 9:30. My interpretation is we don't know what's in the bag, but something's going on. The lamb is just living its life. It will provide more yarn when we use this yarn up, which this person will buy. People are just living their lives, talking back and forth. I think it's a reminder to just live your life. Well, not live your life. That's not what I'm trying to say. Take things as they are. Accept things as they are. Keep on trucking. I've been out of, not out of sorts, but I lost my. I'm still in a really good place compared to where I used to be, but I was in a really good place. I knew what was happening. I knew what my goals were. Hi, Vicky. Thank you. I went with 2 and I shuffled one more time. So majority rules. I don't know. I've been kind of back to phoning it in, is what I'm going to say. And when I realized that, I got nervous. Like, what happened? Why aren't I doing as well as I was? And I was starting to flail again, as in not know what to do. So of course I got a new cat because that's not going to throw things into chaos. And the cat, I've had it less than 24 hours and I already washed all the dishes in the house because it's a younger cat, a smaller cat than what I had, and it's going to get up on the counters and I don't want it to eat my dirty dishes, or you know what I mean. So I that's something I've been struggling with is washing the dishes. So I think the cat was a good idea. Plus, oh, I didn't tell you this, like 5 seconds. Like my neighbor is right next door. Probably takes her a minute to get to her house. Probably before she got back to her house, that cat was in my lap purring, and I did not pick it up and put it there. So it's going to be just fine. Getting a new cat is always the right choice. Of course it is, but I think we're stopping at one. I can't even tell you. At some point I had at least 3. And maybe plus a dog. I don't know if I ever made it to 4 cats. I can't remember. Okay, let's see what the suggested interpretations are for our cards, and then we can just start the day. Danielle, I don't know what you're OMGing about. I know what OMG means. The project bag is number 17. Oh boy. 10. Oh, I wonder if the cat is one of the cards. I don't want to look and see. Probably not. 17, Sarah. The project bag. Took me a while. I found it. Change. See, it could be changed just to accept. Oh, yeah. I took a picture and sent it to the neighbor, and she was like, see, he chose you. So that made me feel good. One cat short of crazy cat lady. I have one friend with 4 cats. She meant to get one, and I have one friend with 8 cats. So I'm wondering where you fall, Don. um, okay, change. So I think that sometimes going back to just going with what's in the bag is change for me instead of trying to figure out what's in the bag, just opening it up and looking in and dealing with it. Change, travel. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, you have more? Okay. Not judging. You know what? Geraldo has not made a noise yet except purring, so I don't know what his purr sounds like. I mean, oh my God, Sarah. I don't know what his voice sounds like. I know what his purr sounds like. Okay, project bag. Change, travel, a shake up in routine. See? So this is me unshaking up my routine. A transition, really? Migration, transformation. So this is sort of coinciding with what I was saying, except I was saying I was going back to not accepting. I kind of want to say being happy with what I have, but that's going against what my new life goals are. Seeing some sunshine will help you reset. I think so. I'll have to put on my sunglasses to drive to work today. The lamb is number 13. Innocence, wonder, youth. A fresh start, a beginner's mindset. I almost read that as a beginner's mustache. I wonder where I got that idea. A beginner's mustache. Open mind and heart. Playfulness. Can represent a child or young seeming person in your life. And 13, 12. The Twitter knitters. Chatter, gossip, news, excitement, restless energy, noise, distraction. Yep. So I've been feeling the distraction and the restless energy. And instead of me saying, I'll just go with what's in the bag, which is what I'm not trying to say, I'm going to say, you see, I'm turning it into me again. A fresh start, a beginner's mindset. I think that we should look and see what life has to offer us with fresh eyes and if we take this as the restless energy, try to focus that restless energy. This is our main card, so we don't know what's in the bag. So look in the bag with fresh eyes and see if you can calm your restless energy. Restless energy. That's what I got for you today. You know, I don't remember these like 15 minutes after I say them, right? But I put my heart and soul into them, honestly, trying to come up with what my brain reads in them, and then I just lose it. And I do it all for you. So because I said that out loud, I'll put in a plug. I do have classes on my website, and they're coming up. I have a Fair Isle class for beginners, followed by a project class for people who know how to do Fair Isle. So there you go. And I have the project is a pillow with lots of either 2 colors or lots of colors of yarn, your choice, any yarn weight. And we work with charts and the Fair Isle concept. And then my Stash Buster class is ongoing. There'll be a new one in February. I don't know what it's going to be yet. And if you're not, I forget, there's Knitter's Choice on Thursday. I don't remember which Thursday. I think next Thursday. I think this Thursday is Fair Isle. I don't remember. It's all on my website. But if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel that you're watching right this second, I would appreciate it if you hit subscribe. If you don't hit the bell, then it won't tell you when I'm on. If you hit, there's a bell somewhere, then that'll send you a notification when I'm live or going live. And if you're not a patron, I have a Patreon community that is, my focus now is on connection and communication and confidence building. And it's more of this is what it is, but it's all week long. And it's more than this, but it's also more of this. So if you like what I'm doing, you might consider becoming a Patreon member, a patron of my Patreon community. And I would really appreciate your support. So it's 9:39. I'm going to go see if I still have a cat or if it got stuck somewhere. And I'll see you next week, if not before, or sometime. I'll see you. Thanks for joining me this morning. No Geraldo visit, but maybe next time. Bye.